Hello everybody, my name's Steve, I'm the British Railroader and welcome to my model railway room, where today I'm going to talk about fitting barbed or razor wire to the top of your fences in HO scale. Now the reason that I'm doing this is that I had a comment posted on my last update video from a guy called, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Joe Lupinacci. And he suggested that if I looked at pictures of industrial areas in Brooklyn, I'd probably find that there was razor wire along the top of a lot of the fences. So I did a little search using Google Maps and going onto Street View, and he was absolutely right. So I decided this morning to go out and have a little look around the Southend area and just see if I could get some prototype photos. And as you can see, there are lots and lots of different types of barbed wire going along fences, but it took me a while to find exactly what I was looking for. What I wanted was something that represented the kind of fencing that I've got on the lumber yard, and I eventually found, literally around the corner from me, this at a little self-storage yard. And this is that type of spear fencing, and it's got loops of barbed wire at the top. Now that I knew what I was exactly modelling, I had to think of a way to achieve this. And what I want to do is take you down onto the workbench and just show you what I did. Okay, so here we are down on the workbench, which I've had to tidy up today because it was a bit messy. And what I'm going to show you is using just a little section. This just happens to be a gate from the fencing that I've used both on the lumber yard and I've just started to use on the scrapyard. And this is just a spare gate I've got, and I just thought it would just be handy to use. So I'm just going to zoom in just a little bit so that you can see a little bit more closely. Now, what I'm going to be using is this stuff here, which I've had in my bits box for a long time, and I did wonder what I was going to do with it. It's from Javis Scenics. It's double O gauge barbed wire. When you uncoil it, apparently it's about 72 inches long, and I don't disagree with that because I've actually fitted this to the lumber yard. And whilst it's only 2 foot in length, when you account for the coiling, it probably is, quite a long length of wire. As you can see, it only cost me about £2.60. I think the price has gone up by about £1 recently. I got this from my local art shop, but I'm sure you can get it from other model shops, etc. over here in the UK. So looking at it as it comes in this coil is obviously way too big. I mean, you're talking that's a centimetre. If I put that on top of that, that would look a little bit ridiculous. And what you want to do is you want to make it smaller. And I've actually coiled it to this. So you're looking at it being about a scale foot in diameter of the coil. And the way that I've done that is using a metal rod. This is about 2 millimeters in diameter. And what I do is I get this and literally just very tightly wind it round into loops like that. And then when you take it off, you can twist it up a little bit more if you want to, but you'll end up with loops of about the right size. Now, as you can see here from the model that I've already done, I've literally looped it and then I've just spot glued it on top of the current fencing. Now, when you look at the prototype pictures, such as this one that I took today, you'll see that there are various bits and pieces that help hold the wire up. Now, I could have done that, but quite frankly, I just didn't have the time. And also, I'm a great believer in, it only needs to look right from a distance. And from a distance, it does look like it's meant to, just like it's meant to be. So let me just show you how I did this. Let's get back down onto the workstation. So we've got our coiled barbed wire, and literally I would just glue it in strategic places onto the fence. So I would get some super glue, any particular, you just use your favorite brand, dab a little bit, and this is a brand new tube, so it's gonna spurt, but oh no, not too bad. So just put a little bit there and a little bit there. If I was doing this, as it were, for real, I would be a bit different with the gates, because obviously the gates need to open. But anyway, and literally I would put that on there. That's not very good, is it? I think this coil just needs to be just a little bit more pushed up. Get that on there like so. Okay, and that's kind of really all there is to it. I mean, this is sitting a little lower than I probably would have liked. And if I was doing it for real, I would make it a little bit higher. But also as well, I could put some bits of plastic on to represent the parts of the fence that actually hold it in place. But I think that, as I said, get it back into view, from a distance, it actually looks quite good. It is very silver, and on the fence that I've already done, I will put some weathering on there just to try and tone it down a little bit. But you do tend to find that, you know, the especially razor wire seems to stay shiny for longer. But there we go. That's how I did it. One thing, obviously, with the wood yard, it was all, the fencing was already in place and glued in, so I had to glue this in situ, which was quite difficult. When I do the scrapyard fence, I'm going to do it off the layout, as it were, because that part, that fencing hasn't been glued in yet, so I can take it out and do it separately. Okay, that's all for today. I hope that you found what I've shown you useful and that you can apply it to your model railway. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, hit that little subscribe button and click the bell, and that will leave you notifications whenever a new video comes out. But that's it from me. My name's Steve. I'm the British Railroader, and I'm saying goodbye from my model railway room. Bye-bye.